फटाफट बाहर जाओ, लोगों की आवाज आ रही है। अदिति की बहुत तेज आवाज आई थी, उसको मना करके फटाफट। Good morning everyone. This is Apurv and you are watching Chitkara News. Let us begin today's headlines, the top stories. Chandigarh administration has implemented the Motor Vehicle Aggregators Guidelines 2020. Shortage of labour and funds lead to the non-completion of Patiala's new bus stand. Power cut issues in Punjab, though government has promised for 24 hours electricity. 4-lane work of Solan-Shimla NH22 in the state of Himachal Pradesh is still under progress. 15-year-old government vehicle will be scrapped. Policy sent to state, said Transport Minister Gadkari. Now news in detail. To regulate the fares of app-based cabs, Chandigarh administration has implemented the Motor Vehicle Aggregators Guidelines 2020. With the implementation of the guidelines, now on every ride, the drivers will get 80% of fares and 20% will go to the aggregator's account. The cancellation charge for the drivers and the riders has been capped at 10% of the total fare.
Chandigarh administration has implemented the Motor Vehicle Aggregators Guidelines 2020 to regulate cab aggregators, app-based vehicles and to determine a maximum fare cap. According to the guidelines, now on every drive, the driver will get 80% of the fare and only 20% will go to the company's account. City taxi fare indexed by Wholesale Price Index for the current year will be base cost chargeable to customers. Aggregator company will be allowed to charge 50% less fare than the base price and a maximum surge in price of 1.5 times the base price. On cancellation of the booking by the driver or the customer, a penalty of 10% of the total fare not exceeding Rs 100 will be charged when such cancellation is made without a valid reason. For the welfare of the driver, aggregators have been mandated to provide a term insurance for each driver for minimum of 10 lakh rupees and increase it by 5% annually. Apart from this, now cab aggregators will also have to set up a 24/7 control room.
Today, I got to know about the motor vehicles aggregators guidelines. Earlier, I was unaware of them. In this, rules like term insurance of driver up to 10 lakh rupees, which will increase by 5% annually. It is good for the driver's safety. Also, the surge in price will now be about 1.5 times the base price, which is beneficial to us. Also, the cancellation amount of booked cabs will be 10% of the total fare and will not exceed 100 rupees. This will benefit the customers availing cab services. But the rules are only beneficial if the drivers and the customers are well aware about it. Rules that are just written on paper are of no use. I got to know little about the rules and found them appealing. Like 20% of the fare will be given to aggregators and the rest 80% will go to the driver's account. And the term insurance of 10 lakh rupees will immensely benefit us. Rest, when these will actually be implemented, then we will get to know about its actual worth. As of now, it seems lucrative.
As per the State Transport Authority, currently there are 1700 Uber cabs operating in the city, of which 460 are registered in Chandigarh and 1200 in Punjab and Haryana. Similarly, of 2300 Ola cabs, only 215 are registered in Chandigarh and remaining 2100 in Punjab and Haryana. With the increase in traffic in Chandigarh, the number of cabs have also increased. Therefore, the Motor Vehicle Aggregators Guidelines 2020 have been implemented, which put emphasis on the interest of the driver and customers and saves them from exploitation.
To regulate the fare of app-based cabs, the UT administration has recently implemented the Motor Vehicle Aggregators Guidelines 2020. After talking to some of the cab drivers of Ola and Uber in the Tri-City, it was found that they are really not aware about the recent rules. Therefore, apart from the implementation of the guidelines, the authorities must ensure that it is being followed well at the ground level with optimum awareness. With camera person Deepshikha, Shivani Sharma, Chitkara News.
For further information, let's connect with our correspondent Shivani. Shivani, can you hear me?
Yes, Apoor.
Why this Motor Vehicle Aggregators Guideline 2020 have been implemented in Chandigarh?
With the increase in traffic in Chandigarh, the number of cab services has also increased. So the Motor Vehicle Aggregators Guidelines 2020 have been implemented in Chandigarh. It has been noticed that the cab aggregators exploit the drivers wherein they don't provide them with much of the income that they receive, and the maximum goes to the aggregator's account. And also it is noticed that the cab drivers, they charge more of money from the consumers and the customers, which is more than the base price. So to save the cab drivers and the customers from exploitation, the following rules have been implemented. Apoor.
As per the guidelines, are there any mandatory prerequisite for business operations aggregators?
A license will be issued by the state government with which the cab aggregators will be allowed to operate in the Tri-City, and it will be valid for 5 years, and it has to be renewed every 5 years. And this is the prerequisite for starting any business operation by the aggregator in the Tri-City, and it is mandatory. Apoor.
Is there any specific criteria pertaining to recruitment of the cab drivers?
Yes, Apoor. It is in the guidelines, it has been stated that the drivers must have an experience of at least 2 years of driving, and then only they'll be hired. If not, then it is the duty of the aggregators to ensure that they are being trained for at least 15 days before they are recruited for the cab aggregator service. Apoor.
Is there any provision of penalty in case of non-compliance of the guidelines by aggregators?
Non-compliance of the guidelines by aggregator will lead to the cancellation of the license, and any systemic failure to ensure the safety and security of the cab driver as well as the customer, or any violation of the contractual obligation will lead to the cancellation of the license. Apoor.
Alright, thank you Shivani. The new bus stand in Patiala city was said to be ready by April 2022, but it isn't ready yet due to the constant issue of coronavirus, shortage of labor, unavailability of funds from Public Works Department and the PRTC. Now the work has restarted with the aim to be completed by October 2023.
Patiala city's new bus stand's founding stone was set on October 2022, but due to constant issues of coronavirus, shortage of labor, unavailability of funds from Public Works Department and PRTC, the work kept getting on hold. The work was originally set to be completed by April 2022, but till now there is no update. There is very less labor working. Earlier, due to coronavirus, we were sent back. Later, we had a harvesting season, which is why we could not come. Now they have called us again. Let's see for how many days we'll have to work. Until when will the bus stand's work be completed? Another reason of delay on this project was inclusion of this elevated overbridge, which further delayed things. This elevated road was later added by the Public Works Department to the project to avoid traffic and guide vehicles coming from Rajpura side to directly take the elevated road into the bus stand. Not even started yet, still there are so many issues with the new bus stand already. Other than this, the old bus stand was way better in the middle of the city where everyone could reach out to it easily. With accessibility of parking, shops all around, it is so lively. With railway station just opposite it, it was easier for the travelers too. But now the bus stand is too far away with just main road around it.
college student and I have been traveling to the university from bus for 2 years now. My course is total for 4 years, and what is in question right now is that the bus stand is going to be located near the university. Though it is near the university but very farther away from my house. So this bus stand was situated in the heart of Patiala, and I think it was very convenient for everyone to come here at a common place and then move to places where they want to go. Like my university, it used to take me 10 minutes to reach my university, and now shifting the bus stand to urban estate, it is going to be very messy for us, because I don't know how we're going to reach from our house. I live near YPS, so it took me around 15 minutes to reach here by auto rickshaw in the morning and 10 minutes ahead, and now it's going to take me total of 20 minutes to reach there. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't think that they should shift the bus stand from here.
The construction of the new bus stand in Patiala had begun at the time of Captain Amrendra Singh and was set to be completed by April 2022, which has not been done till now. Let's see till when will the construction be completed and will be available for the common citizens to avail the facilities of the new bus stand. With camera person Preeti Sharma, Khushnaseeb Kaur, Chitkara News.
Punjab government has initiated the 300 units free electricity policy in July. Though there are several power cuts seen in different districts of Punjab, the government has also promised for 24 hours electricity. Power shortage is also a talking point in Punjab. Out of 15 thermal power units, the closure of 3 units has resulted in a shortage of 1,140 megawatts. The power demand has touched 10,800 megawatts, but the availability is just 9,018 megawatts.
The electricity is a major problem that is being discussed these days. While the political parties are campaigning for 300 units free electricity in different states, the Punjab government has already initiated the policy, but the amendments are still pending for successful implementation of the policy. We will see will the implementation be successful or not. The Punjab State Transmission Corporation Limited has its 220 kV substation in Banur, Mohali, Rajpura, Pasiana and headquarters in Patiala, where they have their training cell and keep daily records of working and appointed individuals. There were different transplants with 66 kV and 11 kV at Pasiana 220 kV substation. The diagram of 220 kV showcases how electricity is transmitted from substation to desired location. There were different transplants with 66 and 11 kV at Pasiana. They have 11 kV transplants installed for banks, paper mills and AC distributors. The panel include display breaker and supply fail buttons. The display also shows the location of fault. Engineers in the house can figure it out. The buzzer will continue to beep until the fault is accepted. To fix the problem, they enter the unit and search for the problem. When enter the panel, they look for the red light which showcases the fault. There are electronic hooters and electronic buzzers within the unit which rings when the fault is detected.
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ 300 यूनिट ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ 300 यूनिट ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਦਿੱਕਤ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ 'ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਪਰ ਉਹਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਵੀ ਨੋ ਡਾਊਟ ਕਿ ਵੱਧ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਥੋੜੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਕੱਟਸ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਏਰੀਆ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੰਜ਼ੰਪਸ਼ਨ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਵੱਧ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ
As the government promises free electricity for 24 hours in Punjab for 300 units, readings from residential meters are taken, and while bills in July for 311 units were around 810 rupees, the difference in bill in November can be seen as even on consumption of 317 units, the bill is only 10 rupees. 100 MVA plants are placed in Pasiana, where power is distributed to households and banks. These plants have fans beneath them to control the plant health. We saw different bills, but is it a successful implementation? As discussed with the individuals of Punjab, they are facing the power cuts for at least 5 hours every day. And since the policy has been initiated, they are promising for 24 hours free electricity in Punjab. This is me, Diksha Bansal, with camera person Atrey for Chitkara News.
For further information, let's connect with our correspondent Harjot. Is the free electricity policy successfully implemented?
Yes, free electricity policy have been successfully implemented as it is available in each and every corner of the in the state.
Okay. Is there any procedure to avail 300 units free electricity?
No, there is no any legal procedure. Anybody, every house that has a residential perimeter meter in their house are able to enjoy 300 free unit in their house. Approved.
Okay. How far the issue of power cuts is seen and justified when it comes to government promising for 24 hours electricity?
When it comes to government policy, promising 24 hours of electricity, it's just still a faraway dream for the state, as there are frequent power cuts at every 5 hours within the state in different at the frequency approved.
How impactful is the freebie policy on economy?
When it comes to freebie policy, it has burdened the economy of the state or the country. As anything when it's free, people are intent to overuse it and waste it, which not only burdens the economy but also depletes the natural resources of the country. So it's been a burden, and inflammation rate within the state has also increased, which is not good for the state. Approved.
Thank you, Harjot. Union Ministry of Road and Transport has taken a strict initiative to encourage use of electric vehicles and its vision of 2070 carbon emission free India. For the same to achieve, they have sent policies to the states to scrap the registration of 15-year-old private vehicles and 20-year-old commercial vehicles.
हाल ही में भारत सरकार द्वारा नई पॉलिसी का ऐलान किया जो कि स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी 2022 के चलते नई कानून निकाले गए, जिसमें सरकार का कहना है कि किसी भी वाहन को अगर 15 साल से ज़्यादा हो जाते तो उसका लाइसेंस और उसकी आरसी रीइशू नहीं की जाएगी। सेम यही चीज़ आज जो कि कमर्शियल व्हीकल है उनका जो लाइफ टाइम बताया गया है वो कि 20 साल।
व्हीकल स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी जो कि 1 अप्रैल से लागू करने जा रही है, इसके लिए वाहनों के लिए होगा एक ज़रूरी फिटनेस टेस्ट। सड़कों पर प्रदूषण और एक्सीडेंट को रोकने के लिए पुराने खटारा वाहनों को उद्देश्य से सरकार 1 अप्रैल 2022 के दौरान लागू करने जा रही है। इस नए स्क्रैप पॉलिसी में सड़क पर कबाड़ वाहनों से निजात मिलेगी और इसी के साथ ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री को भी बढ़ावा मिलेगा। इंडस्ट्री में निवेश और रोजगार की संभावना भी बढ़ेगी। केंद्र सरकार ने व्हीकल स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी में लोगों को फायदा देने के लिए एक नई सुविधा की घोषणा की थी। अगर आपका वाहन स्क्रैप में जाता है तो इसके बदले आपको स्क्रैप सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा जो कि 2 साल तक मान्य होगा। इस सर्टिफिकेट के जरिए आप किसी भी कंपनी में नई गाड़ी खरीदते हैं तो पुरानी गाड़ी में स्क्रैप मूल्य के बराबर नई गाड़ी पर डिस्काउंट मिलेगा, जो कि नई गाड़ी के मूल्य के आधार में 5% होगा। इसके अलावा नए व्हीकल पर कोई रजिस्ट्रेशन फीस नहीं दी जाएगी।
आज अगर हम देखा जाए तो 80% व्हीकल्स हैं वो BS4 कंप्लाइंट है, BS6 कंप्लाइंट नहीं है, और स्पेशली ट्रांसपोर्ट के व्हीकल्स BS6 कंप्लाइंट नहीं है, और ट्रांसपोर्ट के व्हीकल्स सबसे ज़्यादा चलने वाले व्हीकल्स हैं। अगर वही BS6 कंप्लाइंट नहीं होंगे तो हमारा ज़ीरो एमिशन स्ट्रेटजी कैसे हम करेंगे, क्योंकि वो तो बहुत ज़्यादा कार्बन एमिशन करेंगे। देखिए रिपरकशंस तो होंगे, बट जैसे जैसे BS6 अफोर्डेबल होता जाएगा वैसे वैसे व्हीकल के दाम भी गिरते जाएंगे, क्योंकि इंडिया मेक इन इंडिया की तरफ भी हम बढ़ रहे हैं धीरे धीरे। तो इस हिसाब से इधर ही व्हीकल बनने लगेंगे तो इधर प्रोडक्शन मासिस के लिए होने लगेगी, और हम मासिस को अपीज करने के लिए जब व्हीकल बनाएंगे तो उनके दाम भी कम हो जाएंगे। तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है ज़रूरी कि वो कम होगा, और ऊपर से पुराने व्हीकल्स को रिपेयर की ज़रूरत भी होती है, नए व्हीकल्स को रिपेयर की इतनी ज़रूरत नहीं होती। अगर हम नए व्हीकल लेंगे तो वो कॉस्ट भी आपको देखनी चाहिए कि वो कॉस्ट भी कम हो।
स्क्रैप पॉलिसी 2022 के अनुसार देश में अब तक उम्र से पुराने हो चुके वाहनों को अपना फिटनेस टेस्ट कराना होगा। इस टेस्ट में वाहनों के इंजन की हालत, उनका एफिशिएंट टेस्ट और फ्यूल एफिशिएंसी, सेफ्टी टेस्ट जैसे फीचर्स की जांच होगी।
हरविंदर सिंह है नाम। ये पॉलिसी तो अच्छी है, स्क्रैप पॉलिसी से इसमें बेनिफिट मिलेगा और ये ऑल ओवर इंडिया पॉलिसी एक ही होनी चाहिए, ये स्टेट वाइज डिफरेंस जो है ये नहीं होना चाहिए।
नाम है अमृतपाल सिंह चावला, मैं यहाँ चंडीगढ़ का रहने वाला हूँ। तो एक क्वेश्चन किया जा रहा है कि 15 साल वाली गाड़ियाँ जो पास हो रही हैं, ख़त्म करें इनका कानून, ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। जो गाड़ी बंदा सड़क पे चलने लायक है तो वो आप पास क्यों नहीं करते हो उसको?
15 ईयर्स का किया है, वो जो लोअर मिडिल क्लास है उनके लिए मुश्किल है क्योंकि वो व्हीकल्स बहुत कम चलाते हैं सिर्फ रूटीन के वर्क के लिए। लेकिन हाँ 15 ईयर्स के बाद मुझे लगता है व्हीकल की लाइफ चली जाती है, ख़त्म हो जाती है, तो वो चेंज कर सकते हैं।
स्क्रैप पॉलिसी के तहत 2023 में सभी तरह के भारी वाहनों को अनिवार्य तौर पर फिटनेस टेस्ट से गुजरना होगा। वहीं प्राइवेट और दूसरे ग्रुप के वाहनों के लिए जून 2024 से यह पॉलिसी लागू होगी।
अच्छा, तो रिपरकशन, बुरे रिपरकशन तो हर चीज़ के होते हैं, हमें ये देखना पड़ेगा, बट पॉलिसी इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि इंडिया ने जो भी COP27 में अपने टारगेट्स दिए हैं इन्वायरमेंटल कंसर्न्स को अचीव करने के लिए, क्लाइमेट चेंज को रोकने के लिए 2070 तक हमें ज़ीरो वो होना है, ज़ीरो एमिशन टारगेट हमें अचीव करना है। तो इसके लिए हमें व्हीकल स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी की सख्त ज़रूरत है।
स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी 2022 के चलते सरकार का एक ही मकसद था कि पॉल्यूशन से कैसे बचा जाए और इलेक्ट्रिक कार की इनोग्रेशन को कैसे बढ़ावा दिया जाए। पर लोगों के इस पर काफ़ी मिक्स्ड ओपिनियंस है। लोगों को कहना था कि जो लोग मिडिल क्लास व्यक्ति है वो उसे काफ़ी दिक्कतों का सामना करना पड़ सकता है। और जैसे कि हम देख रहे हैं कि कई लोग सिर्फ शौकिया कार रखते हैं, सिर्फ वाहन का इस्तेमाल काफ़ी कम और शौकिया दौरान पे ज़्यादा रखते हैं, तो उन लोगों को भी काफ़ी दिक्कतों का सामना करना पड़ सकता है। कैमरा पर्सन अबरल के साथ चितकारा न्यूज़ के लिए मैं हूं चित्रा।
Solan Catholic Art 4-lane construction is far behind the schedule. Motorists will have to wait longer for having a smooth ride on the Kalka-Shimla highway as work is still in progress. The 4-lane project and the use of heavy machinery in the construction have resulted in a number of landslides along the route, which is also slowed down in the work of the highway expansion.
The work to widen the 22.91 km stretch on the Kalka-Shimla highway was assigned to AIREF engineers by the National Highway Authority of India in December 2018. Although construction of the road was in an advanced stage, major work like the flyover at Kandaghat and 3 railway overbridges and a tunnel were yet to be completed. The ongoing widening of the Kalka-Shimla highway that is envisaged to cut travel time between Chandigarh and Shimla has deterred many tourists and Tri-City residents from visiting their usual favorite destination uphill this year.
तो ये जो ब्रिज बन रहा है ये सोलन टू शिमला को कनेक्ट करने के लिए 117 साइट कंडाघाट पे है, तो ये अभी अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन है। ये भी ज़्यादा यूज़फुल रहेगा। और सेकंड इसका ये है कि अपने लोकल जो है लोग उनकी सुविधा के लिए, क्योंकि कंडाघाट मेन चौक पे आप देखोगे, जैसे अभी आप जाओगे तो देखेंगे कि ट्रैफिक और जाम अक्सर लगा रहता है। इसकी समस्या लोग ज़्यादा फेस कर रहे हैं। तो इसमें होगा कि एक तरफ का जैसे हम सोलन से आ रहे हैं और शिमला के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो ये एक लाइन के लिए मतलब बढ़िया रहेगा कि जो कि हमारा जाम है वो कम से कम लगेगा। लगभग 1 साल लग जाएगा, इससे कम में भी हो सकता है ये, और थोड़ा ज़्यादा भी लग सकता है।
The 4-laning project and the use of heavy machinery in the construction has resulted in a number of landslides along the route, which has also slowed down the work of the highway expansion. This has also increased the traffic jams in the city, and due to ongoing road construction, the number of accidents has also increased. People are using the construction site for parking their vehicles. The 4-lane Kalka-Shimla highway is posing a lot of problem. Mountains are sliding. The road is filled with dust and rocks. Experts advise that it is wise to go slow in the larger public interest, as the situation will worsen during the weekends and the winter season, when the tourist rush is seen. Policemen are already facing problem in handling traffic chores during winters and summers, and 4-laning will further compound their problems. Due to this Kalka Shimla stretch, the people are facing a lot of problems. A village named Slehri in Kandaghat is one of the most suffering village as a mountain of a soil and rock has been piled near the houses of the people living in that village. The condition of the roads and the forest reserve area has been made worse by dumping the soil and the rocks over there. If heavy rainfall hits the area, the whole village will going to suffer.
जो आप सामने पहाड़ी देख रहे हैं ये बनाई गई है ब्लैक कलर इसमें आप सब देख रहे होंगे ये टनल से निकला हुआ अंदर से कचरा मलबा जो हमारे पर्यावरण और उसके लिए बहुत हानिकारक है हम लोग सबसे नज़दीक हमारा यहाँ घर है और सबसे ज़्यादा परेशानी हमें झेलनी पड़ी इसकी वजह से ये 2019 के आसपास काम शुरू हुआ था तो हमारे लोकल जो प्रशासन है उन्होंने हमें कुछ बिना बताए यहाँ डंपिंग करनी शुरू की जिससे हमारे जो प्राकृतिक स्रोत थे पीने के पानी के पशुओं के लिए चारा हरी वनस्पति और ये नाला जो बरसात का पानी नीचे जाता था और हमारे ये लैंडलाइन कनेक्शन जो टेलीफोन के थे पीने के पानी का कनेक्शन वहाँ से आता था वो सब खराब होते होते सरकारी बॉडी और हमारा जो सबसे बड़ी दुख की बात ये है कि जो हमारी एक प्राचीन बावड़ी जो कई पीढ़ियों से हम उसका पानी पीते आ रहे थे शुद्ध जल पूजा के लिए लाते थे अपने धार्मिक कार्यों के लिए उसकी पूजा भी करते थे जल देवता की वो इन्होंने सारा डंप कर दिया और इतने पुराने इसमें पेड़ थे वनस्पति और चारे के और रास्ते कोई भी चीज़ हमारी बची नहीं
The Solan-Kanda Ghat 4-laning work is far behind schedule and motorists will have to wait longer for a smooth ride on the Kalka-Shimla highway as work is still in progress on the key project on the stretch. This has led to a threat to life from the falling debris while travelling through the hills that has been excavated for a highway widening, rising dust, long traffic holdups and the frequent road accidents. With this, we have to see if the wait and the struggle of the people will come to an end or not. With camera person Prachi, Chitkara News, Preeti Sharma.
For further information, let's connect with our correspondent Preeti.
Yes, approve.
Am I audible, Preeti?
Yes, approve.
From when was the work of Kalka-Shimla highway started?
Basically, approved the Kalka-Shimla project. The Kalka-Shimla project was passed in December 2013, but the work was started from December 2015. And the half broadening of the highway was done till Kumharhati on December 2021. Yes, Abur.
What is the reason behind the slow-paced work of this highway?
Basically, Apur, there are many reasons. One of the such reason is the COVID-19. COVID-19 hit the major states like basically the all states of the country. And the second reason is the exodus of the migrants and basically the land. Basically COVID-19 hit the project as there was no source of doing work and the labor was also not there. So COVID-19 was one of the major reason for the slow pace work of the Kalka-Shimla highway. Yes, Above.
What are the problems faced by the local people and the tourists?
Basically, the problems that were faced and that are faced till now by the people over there is one of the is landslide because it is a hilly area. And due to the construction, we have seen that there were many landslides and the traffic jam has been increased as Shimla is one of the favorite destination of the tourists to visit. Yes, Above.
Who is the authority managing the Kalka Shimla highway?
The authority that is managing the Kalka Shimla highway project is AIREF engineers of NHAI, and basically they also take care of all the work, and they hire the contractors for further work. Yes, Apur.
Thank you, Preeti. The 6th edition of Military Literature Festival is being celebrated in Chandigarh to commemorate the ultimate sacrifice of the brave men who fought on the borders so that their country can enjoy peace. This year's military festival is being celebrated under the theme The Armed Forces Defending Free India for the last 75 years and the promises to be perfect treat for the desiring and the fun-loving alike.
The Military Literature Festival was inaugurated on the 3rd of December by the Punjab Minister for Tourism Anmol Gagan Maan at the iconic Sukhna Lake in Chandigarh. To commemorate the 75th anniversary of independence and the services of the armed forces, the festival was jointly organized by the Military Literature Festival Association in association with the Punjab Government, Western Command, Chandi Mandir, and the Chandigarh administration.
Military industrial bases, this is all part of military literature. And this is what we bring to the public. This was initially started by the then governor, Badnaam, Mr. Badnaam, and the former Chief Minister of Punjab, Captain Amrinder Singh. And they asked me to take it on, and here we are. We've got to do it together.
This year, the festival was celebrated under the theme The Armed Forces Defending Free India for the last 75 years. The aim of the Military Literature Festival is to commemorate the ultimate sacrifices of the brave men who have fought on the border so that their country can enjoy peace. This event came with an opportunity for the younger generation to get to know India's incredible military history and heritage.
Now, I have been associated with the Military Lit Fest since its inception, from the beginning, and I'm settled in Mohali, and I've given talks in the Military Lit Fest on 2 books which I have written on my expedition and adventure sports, which has been published by the National Book Trust. And the Military Lit Fest is really a good forum for the youth of the country to come and have a look and get motivated. In fact, I was in charge of the youth stalls in the first 3 years of the Military Lit Fest, and to motivate all the schools and colleges.
Of the 2 days, the attendees were treated to intellectually stimulating panel discussions, book releases and interactions, display of military equipment, martial dances, military painting displays, book stalls, and mouth-watering pan-India cuisines at the food court. The closing session was on the relevance of Bhagat Singh's ideology, beliefs, and legacy in the present times. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann also took part in the discussion before he presided over the closing ceremony.
ਜਿਹੜੀ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਜੋ ਮਿਲਟਰੀ ਦੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਸੈਲੂਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਉਸ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਜ਼ਬੇ ਨੂੰ.
Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has announced to expand the ambit of the Military Literature Festival by hosting it at district and university levels across the state to apprise the youth about the rich legacy of the armed forces and to rekindle in them the motivating spirit to join the armed forces. With camera person Umang Randhawa and Nimisha Kapoor for Chitkara News.
Families of Banur Housefed Society are not able to live peacefully with students. On the one side, the families are fed up with the late night loud music and with the lifestyle of the students in the society. And on the other hand, the students hate it when the families try to interfere in their lives. Families have problem with the approach of students, which is very casual towards the hygiene. The garbage is spilled outside the flats, which stinks. The Baba Zorawar Singh Housefed Society is a home for many families and students, precisely for college students. Living together in the same society has become a problem for both of them. The families living in the Banur Housefed Society are fed up with the students who are living in the society. Day-to-day clashes are very common here. Because of these clashes, families and students, mostly families, prefer to stay inside the flats and society looks empty and unpleasant. as no one wants to involve in a conflict. There was a very unpleasant atmosphere happened in the Housefed Barur society. There was a meeting held 2 months ago where the parents and the families were putting the pressure on the point that they don't want any student in this society. They want to totally ban the student. The college going students are very updated in fashion, and when we look at them and when we talk to them, you can say that our fashion sense also increases. The students living here are mostly in a living relationship, so it means it leaves a bad impact on the school going students. Like what I have seen here, that the students, obviously not all of them but some of them, treats the society like hostel. The point has to be made and noted that if you are living in a society, the cooperation has to be done from both the sides, and yes, no doubt we can live together. See, the students have to live somewhere. There is nowhere mentioned that the students have to live in a specific area or a place. Students have their own will. They can live wherever, whenever they want, wherever they want to study. Students also want a noise free and peaceful place to live and to study, as well as the family also want the same thing. The main reasons of the conflict are late night music and hygiene. The flats of the families are mostly clean, even from the outside, but on the other hand, the flats of the students are very dirty and unhygienic.
See, what I feel is there is a huge generation and mentality difference between families and students. They can't stay together because they, most of the things families don't like about students, like parties and all stuff. So they judge on the basis of these things. They should understand that they are away from their houses and they want some freedom.
According to me, the today's young generation dislike the old people because in today's world there is a trend of drinking, smoking and doing drugs. And because of that, the students smoking and drinking in the out, they are being stopped by the elders because smoking and drinking is bad in their opinion, and it is a fact. We cannot drink or smoke in public places. That's why they are being stopped by the elder people. Because of the mishappenings in the society, the cops are now in the surveillance every night. Students travel in the midnight also, so there are night shifts for the guards. Talking with the family, students and the security guard on the topic where students and families can live together in the same society or not, we can see that the views of them are very different from each other. All they want is cooperation between themselves. With the camera person Mayank, this is Apurv Chawla from Chitkara News. There is currently a concerning trend of heart attacks among gym goers in the country. It is a proven fact that exercise daily can boost one's heart and health. But now, the cases of heart attacks while exercising is rising at a rapid rate among men above 40 years, where it is believed that over-exercising can raise the risk of heart problems.
आजकल भारत में एक नया ही ट्रेंड शुरू हो गया है जिम जाने वाले युवकों के बीच में। युवकों में जिनकी आयु 50 से भी कम है, उनको हार्ट अटैक के कारण वर्कआउट के समय मृत्यु के केस आते जा रहे हैं। सेलिब्रिटी जैसे कि राजू श्रीवास्तव जी की हार्ट अटैक से मृत्यु हुई है वर्कआउट के कारण, इस विषय के ऊपर और भी ज्यादा गंभीरता डालते जा रहे हैं। जाइए इस विषय में और गहरी जानकारी जानने के लिए आइए देखते हैं। वो हार्ट अटैक से मृत्यु के केसेस दिन ब दिन ये जो केसेस हैं वो बढ़ते ही जा रहे हैं, खासकर युवक जो कि 50 से कम की उम्र के हैं, लेकिन उनको हार्ट अटैक से वर्कआउट के टाइम पे मृत्यु के केसेस आ रहे हैं।
The people those are associated with the risk factor, for example diabetes, BP, hypertension, dyslipidemia, and the rate of increasing prevalence of obesity. So these people are associated with these kind of risk, and if they person are performing overloaded work, like they are doing their cardio, they are doing heavy workout, they are doing their gym or exercise, heavy exercise, and running or walking in especially too much cold weather. So in that cases, the rupture or the blockage of the particular arteries and vein and the particular system will be disrupted.
जैसे कि राजू श्रीवास्तव जो कि सेलिब्रिटीज है जिनकी मृत्यु हार्ट अटैक से हुई है, वह वर्कआउट के टाइम पे कई सारे लोगों को सोचने मजबूर करने के ऐसा क्या हो गया है जो यंगस्टर्स है हार्ट अटैक का शिकार हो रहे हैं इतनी कम उम्र में, वो भी जिम के टाइम एक्सरसाइज करते हुए। जैसे कि कहा जाता है कि फैक्ट्स का प्रूवन है कि डेली एक्सरसाइज करने से हेल्थ की जो हार्ट की जो हेल्थ है वो बूस्ट होती है। तो फिर केसेस राइजिंग केसेस जो है हार्ट अटैक से कई सारे लोगों को इसकी वजह को वंडर करते हुए हो जाए कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है। मैन जो कि 45 ईयर्स से उम्र से ज़्यादा है और जो कि ओवर एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं वो भी हार्ट डिजीज के कारण वो इसका शिकार ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं। अब हम अपने हेल्थ कंसर्न से बात करते हैं कि ऐसी क्या वजह है और ऐसा क्या कर सकते हैं कि हम इन हार्ट अटैक की जो बीमारियां हैं हार्ट अटैक से वर्कआउट के टाइम पर इनसे
Nowadays, the number of cases of heart attacks are going to be increasing day by day. You can see this type of cases are more and more in Indian population as compared to the Westerners. We don't have a specific data, but the things those are available with us or the resources which are available with us are showing that this type of cases are increasing after COVID or after taking the COVID vaccines. So, for example, we can see that people are going to be died with heart attack during their cardio, during their heavy working types. For example, they are doing work in their gym, they are doing cardio, or especially in this case now. So the number of chances of health issues are going to be increases. So we can say that we should focus on our diet or our lifestyle, because we especially we are not focusing on our lifestyle. We are just eating at any time. We just our wake up schedule is different. So if we will focus on our good or healthy lifestyle, we can reduce these kind of cases, and we need to focus on our risk factor also. If we have some particular prevalence, then we try to reduce it, and then we can reduce this data. So
हमने डॉक्टरों से जाना कि कैसे एक सिंपल सी निशानी एक बीमारी का लोग लेती जा रही है। हमने जाना कि जो वर्कआउट एक ओवर वर्कआउट एक बहुत ही बड़ी गंभीर समस्या बन गया है हार्ट अटैक आने के लिए। जो वर्कआउट ये कोई बीमारी नहीं है और स्टीरियोटाइप प्रोटीन जैसी जो आजकल लोग इंटेक ले रहे हैं ये भी एक वजह है जिम जाने वाले लोगों के बीच में हार्ट अटैक। ये कोई बीमारी नहीं है, पर हाँ ये इन सब चीज़ों की वजह से ये एक बीमारी का रूप जरूर लेके जा रही है। और सारी चीज़ों को जानने के लिए बनते रहिए चिटकारा न्यूज़ के साथ। कैमरा पर्सन चेष्टा के साथ मैं हूं।
That's all for now. Keep watching Chitkara News.